Good afternoon and welcome to Broad Street Realty, the small conference room that we have. And we're going to talk about cruise picks, cruise six picks, pick six cruise, whatever it is. I can't even get it out of my mouth. The buys this week, Cleveland and Tennessee. Jacob, what's noteworthy about the fact that this week's the buys?
Both of these two teams were the worst two teams in the league last year.
Okay, but it's also week 13, which is very rare for buys, correct?
Yes. The last time I think NFL had bye teams had go back when the NFL had an odd number of teams. I don't know what the NFL was thinking, but it's funny that they picked the two worst teams in the league last year to have the buys this late.
Interesting. I think that is on purpose, I have to say.
What can I say? Goodell will do anything dictatorish these days.
Okay. Last week, Owen and I did well enough. We had pushes with what game?
The Panthers Raiders.
And Jacob, you did not do great. You did poorly. You want to explain that?
Okay, so as you can see, I've been on a collapse like the last 6 weeks, and it's really been going downhill. I haven't had a 500 week or more since week 8. It's been really bad.
Oh my God.
But you don't understand how tough this week for me was compared to others. I had 3 games that I could have won. The Iron Bowl, which I was a half a point off.
Yeah.
In which I needed Alabama to win by 17 or less, or an Auburn win. Alabama won by 18.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Panthers Raiders that I needed the Panthers to win by 2, and of course that was a push.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course there was that Chiefs Broncos game, in which the Chiefs were on their heels and the Broncos had them. Chiefs converted 4th and 10, and they ended up winning the game.
Mm-hmm. So it's close calls. That's the NFL.
It's a game of inches.
It's a game of every definitely, that's what makes it so hard. So, all right, this week, Owen's going to come on up.
The other 2 losses were fairly. The other 2 losses I knew I had them lost by the time the fourth quarter came along.
Okay, that's too bad. All right, we got some tough marquee games this week. Cowboys. Which one is the 1 o'clock games? Those 2. Let's start with the one on the East Coast at Baltimore. Dolphins are visiting the Baltimore Ravens. What's the records of the Dolphins, Jake?
You would not expect this game to be a good game, but it actually is. The Dolphins are 7-4 and looking really good. The Ravens are 6-5, but might be one of the weaker 6-5 teams in the league.
Okay, what's your pick then?
Both these teams are going to be good, and Baltimore is proven to be a strong team at home.
Yeah.
But the Dolphins seemingly have the momentum, 6-game winning streak. Mm-hmm. I would love to see the Dolphins in the playoffs. It's been 8 years. They have the potential to actually be in the playoffs with a 7-4 record.
They've been for 8 years?
Yes.
Okay, what's the score going to be?
Let's do 27-23 Dolphins.
27.
Dolphins seem hotter.
Dolphins. So Dolphins cover.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Owen, what do you think?
I like Jacob's pick. I think it should be a good, close game. Both teams are doing well right now, but I'm not going to pick the Ravens.
Okay. All right.
So I got 23-20 Dolphins.
23-20 Dolphins. Well, I'm sticking with Dolphins too because I like the road dog, but I might just be going against you guys, just to be against you guys. Just don't think the Dolphins, I can't believe the Dolphins are this good. I just don't see it.
They'll start out 1-4.
Yeah.
7-4.
I'm gonna take the Ravens to cover the spread. To be contrary to you, and because I don't think the Dolphins are as good as they think they are. So I'll take the Ravens. I'll take the Ravens. The other 1 o'clock game is at the Packers, correct?
Yeah.
All right, I'll start with this one. Texans at Packers, 6.5 points. The Texans' record is
6-5. Packers are 5-6.
All right. Packers are a good team at home, but I think the Texans have a lot of points. They're giving a lot of points. I'm going to take the Texans to cover, just beat the spread. Let's say the game would be 26-20 Packers, but the Texans beat the spread. That's my pick there. Jacob, you want to give your
This is a very tough game to pick because I actually think the Packers are going to win because I think Texans are likely going to fall off a cliff. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
They're the weakest 6'5" team in the league, in my opinion. And Brock
Okay.
Osweiler isn't really a quarterback, and they don't have J.J. Watt this year.
All right.
The Packers, I think they're going to somehow come back, and they could win the division in the end. They played pretty well in Philly last year, and of
I
course,
mean last week.
last week, of course, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Let's also not forget that in 2012, I think the Texans were undefeated, and the Packers played them on the road, and the Packers killed them.
Okay. What week was that in?
I think maybe week 6 or something.
Okay. All right.
It's very hard to tell, but I somehow think the Packers will beat it.
So what's your
I'm going to take 34-20 Packers. The Aaron Rodgers late in the year, and remember they beat Philadelphia pretty easily.
Okay. Owen.
All right, I like the Packers to win the game, but I'm not as high on them as Jacob might be, and I think the Texans are still a good team. So I'm gonna say Packers win it 27-21.
So you're taking the
Texans versus the spread.
Packers, but Texans versus spread. Okay. Last game is the Cowboys at Vikings. Boys are only one loss team,
Yeah, 10 in a row.
and the Vikings are what's their record? 6-5.
6-5. The big question for Redskins fans in this game:
Is
who
what?
should we root for? Should we root for the Cowboys or the Vikings?
I'm rooting for
This
the
is why. So, of course, the Redskins want the Cowboys to lose because we need a loss.
Because we hate the Cowboys.
Exactly,
But
but the interesting part is, what if the Vikings win? They would improve to 7-5, and if the Redskins lose, they would be 6-5-1.
right.
And it's the wild card race, so
So we
it
want
could be
Vikings to lose.
potentially the Cowboys to win, but I don't know because you know what? I
The
think
Vikings-
the Cowboys are going to lose somehow, some way.
All right. I think that if you're a Redskins fan, you gotta root for the Cowboys in this particular game. You gotta be more pragmatic, even though you're emotionally against the Cowboys. What's your pick?
Well, I will say this though: I cannot pick a winner for this. This game, I think, will end up in 3 points, and it might end up in a push. I'm going to be a risk taker here and take 23-20 Vikings.
23-20 Vikings. Okay. Owen?
All right, personally, I'll be rooting for a tie in this game.
Okay.
That
Probably not
sounds
gonna
like a
happen.
good. That sounds like a good idea.
I think that would be nice for the Redskins if they tied. But I think the Cowboys have to lose at some point.
Yeah.
I just don't see them going 15-1. They're obviously a very good team, but
13-3.
13-3 or 14-2, I think would be good for them. And I think they'll lose this one 25-24.
25-24 Vikings.
This is also a big
I'm a bit
matchup.
contrarian. I'm going to go the Cowboys. I think the Vikings aren't that good. I just
They're
don't
all
think-
kind of falling.
They're not that good a team. The Cowboys are a good team. I'll take the Cowboys to beat the spread.
This is also a good matchup because in the 70s, and these two teams have relatively been in the playoffs a lot.
That's true. It's true.
We
I
have
remember
the Hail
those
Mary.
games. I remember
We
those
have the
games.
Hail Mary Starbar to Pearson, I think.
Yes, that's correct, Jacob. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Jacob, you want to continue on with one of your picks?
I would like to point out that the Cowboys-Vikings, I think, was a great marquee game choice. I would like to point out that some of your marquee game picks I disagreed with.
Well, you don't.
I think that the Chiefs and Falcons, this game should have particularly been a marquee game.
Go ahead.
My
Why?
reason is because the Chiefs are 8-3 and the Falcons are 7-4. And
Okay.
these two teams are good,
Okay.
and I think it's going to be a battle.
Okay.
I'm surprised the Falcons are favored by that much. I think the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs all the way
Good for you.
because what they did in Denver last week, there was something.
Yeah. Go on.
So, I am going to take the Chiefs in this one. Let's do, of course, I'm going to do an offensive game because they're playing the Falcons who have a bad defense.
Okay.
Let's do 34-30 Chiefs.
Well, good game.
Okay. I think that you made a good pick there, Jacob. Owen, you want to pick one?
All right, I got Broncos at the Jaguars. Broncos had the disappointing loss to Kansas City last week, but they're still a very good team. I don't see why they're only 4-point favorites in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville's 2-9. They're just not having a good year. So I'll take the Broncos,
Mm-hmm.
say 26-17.
26-17 Broncos. Okay. All right, my first game is Colts at Jets. I got an over-under here. I think the Jets can't score. I think the Colts are decent. I'm going to go with the under. Under.
It's under 49.
Under 49. That's a definite win. I'm going to go 6-0 this week, guys. I'm sorry. All
Sorry
right.
about that.
Yeah. Owen, you want to do another pick?
All right, Giants, the Steelers. I can see why the Steelers are favored. I think they're going to win the game, but I just wasn't so hot about the 6.5-point favorites at home.
Yeah.
The Giants have been doing very well, and the Steelers are on their way back up too, so I think they'll win the game, but it'll be closer than the spread suggests. So we'll go 19-14.
19-14. What team again?
Steelers.
Steelers. So they're covering or not? Yes, they're covering.
Yeah. So you put the S on the top and the G at the bottom.
Yeah,
Okay, S on the top, G on the bottom. So Giants are covering.
right.
Sorry. Oh, Jacob, what do you got?
Greetings, everyone. Newsflash. This is Ron Burgundy coming to you live from San Diego. This is Anchorman. The Chargers last week won 21-13. So here's my mustache, everybody.
Okay, what's up?
21-13 and beat the Texans for their first road loss, their first home loss. The Buccaneers beat the Surprise in Seattle. Me as Ron Burgundy believes that the Chargers would always be powder blue. So stay classy, San Diego, and I'll pick an over for this game, 27-24 Chargers in overtime. This is Ron Burgundy, stay classy, San Diego.
24. What?
27-24 Chargers overtime. That's an
Chargers.
over.
Overtime. That's an over. Okay, over.
Upset too.
It's an over and upset. Okay. All right.
Is Ron Burgundy signing off?
Very good. What? I don't know where you came up with that stuff.
Look up the movie Anchorman.
I'm not interested in Anchorman. Not at all. Okay, Buffalo at the Raiders. The Raiders are only 3-point favorites. That seems to me low. The Raiders are a good team. Buffalo is just mediocre. I'll take the Raiders.
They have a good running game though.
That's okay. I'm taking the Raiders to beat the spread. All right, I'll continue on. Lions at New Orleans. The Lions are 6-point dogs. To me, that's too many points. I'll take the Lions. All right, Owen, you got another choice?
All right, Redskins at the Cardinals. I think this is a huge game. for
It
the
is a big game for
Redskins.
the Redskins, for
Big
sure.
game.
And it's a big
It's
game
not-
for the Cardinals too, because if they win, they're basically out.
Right. It's
If
not.
they lose there.
It's not an official must-win for the Redskins, but I think if they want to be a playoff team, this is a game you got to win. Extra rest, going on the road against a mediocre team.
Mhm.
This is a game they should win. So
It will not be easy though.
So, but they're dogs.
they are 2.5-point underdogs, but you love the road dogs.
Yeah.
So I'll go 24-17 Skins.
Thank you.
I think it's going to be a relatively low-scoring game in my opinion.
All right, what's your next pick, Jacob? Last game.
So the Colts at Jets. So first of all, is Andrew Luck coming back this week?
I haven't heard anything.
Right. And the Jets usually play the Colts well historically. We can remember the Jets last year when we thought they were going to be dead in Indianapolis and they dominated the game in week 2.
Okay.
And the Jets coming off a loss, but remember, they played New England pretty well last week.
Okay.
And remember, we have Joe Namath, his guarantee. Of course, Joe Namath, his
Super Bowl.
guarantee. But
I was
the
against the
Jets
Colts.
Colts.
Yeah, that's true.
However, I'm going with Joe Namath. I am Joe Namath. I am going to guarantee
Yeah.
a Jets victory.
Oh, man.
Same as the Super Bowl, 16-7.
16-7.
Just like Super
Wow.
Bowl 3.
Jets. All right. Very good. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching.
Stay classy, San Diego.